What happened on this day, August 15th in history? 2015 North Korea introduces Pyongyang time. The East Asian country introduced the time change to commemorate the 70th anniversary of the end of the Japanese occupation of Korea. Before the change, North Korea was UTC plus 9 o'clock. Since this day, the time in the country is UTC plus 8:30. 1973 U.S. involvement in Vietnam ends. The Case-Church Amendment passed by the U.S. Congress set August 15 as the deadline for the end of the U.S. military involvement in Vietnam, Laos, and Cambodia. Because of this, the U.S. ended all military offensives in Vietnam on this day. 1969 The Woodstock Music and Art Fair opens its doors to participants and spectators. The iconic music festival, popularly known as Woodstock, was held in Bethel, New York at the 600-acre farm of farmer Max B. Yasgur. Over 400,000 people attended the festival, which is often thought to be a key moment in the anti-establishment movement that was gaining popularity in the United States. 1960 Congo gains its independence. The Central African country came under French control in the late 19th century. In the early 20th century, the French consolidated their territories in Central Africa to create the French Equatorial Africa, with Brazzaville as its capital. During the Second World War, when the Nazis occupied France, Brazzaville acted as the temporary capital of Free France. After violent protests and riots, the country became independent with Fulbert Ulu as its first president. 1947 India becomes independent from British rule. British control of the South Asian country began in mid-1800s with the East India Company. The company initially established itself in the subcontinent for trading purposes, and then slowly took control over the princely states that separately ruled the country. A violent rebellion in 1857 prompted the British Crown to take over direct rule of India. The time between then and independence in 1945 was marked by violent and non-violent movements targeted towards gaining independent rule. Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi was a key figure in the non-violent civil disobedience movement against the British. Independence came with the country being partitioned into India and Pakistan. Jawaharlal Nehru became the first Prime Minister of India, while Liaquat Ali Khan became the first Prime Minister of Pakistan. For more updates, subscribe to our YouTube channel, Ultimate Updates. Also follow us on our social media platforms, Facebook, Ultimate Updates, and Twitter at Ultimate Updates. For notes and books of history, visit www.yaka.cc. See you in the next update highlights of today in history.